All right, now we're recording. Now what?
All right. Oh, why is it this time of year with sinuses and stuff? When do sinuses ever stop being a thing?
I don't know. Maybe I don't really know because I don't have a winter. Is that a winter thing?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Stupid Florida.
Yep. We're in spring right now. On our way back to summer in a couple months.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas.
Yep. Let's see here. So last time we were working on this project, and I think that when we left off, hopefully we wrote it down. We talked about doing something with a profile, and we talked about maybe getting some metrics going.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, um, now I have not been a good steward of this project since we worked on it last weekend because I haven't touched it since then.
Yeah, me either. In
Okay,
fact,
good. Whew.
I think I'm actually running another project in Kubernetes right now, so I should probably turn that off. Maybe reset.
Yeah, that might be helpful. I mean, I did pull down the latest. I do have my environment up and going. But yeah, I did. As I was getting back into the swing of things this morning, I was like, wait a minute. What were we wanting to do?
Yeah. I should probably
Oh, I
shut
did
that back
realize.
down.
I did just realize too that I'm running this on my laptop wirelessly. So hopefully that won't be an issue.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Probably.
Hey, thanks
Last
for the
time I
follow.
was wired in, so.
Jeez, apparently I have not hooked up the follows yet, so I didn't get to see the name hello, though. But I do see chat now. So if you say
Yeah,
hello,
Pretzel rocks.
we'll see. I think Pretzel Rocks is the name of the media player playing our hot hip hop.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, thank you, Evelyn
The
Yeezy?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Thank you for the follow. Sorry for my inability to speak. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this thing running first.
Yeah, sure. So where we left off, we had it like if you did a scaffold debug with where we left off on it, you could port forward port 5001 and see a very amazing, very awesome ASP.NET starting, or actually not ASP.NET, a .NET Core starting web page, starter web page.
Yeah, I don't know what Scaffold Debug does.
I thought the difference is scaffold debug would like watch for changes.
So I know Scaffold Dev does. I don't know what Scaffold Debug does.
Oh,
They're
really?
Initializing runtime debugging support. Ooh. So you might be thinking the difference between Scaffold Dev and Scaffold Run. You actually look. There's like a dozen actions you can do with Scaffold.
Debug, it says it's in beta, but the man page for it isn't very helpful. It just says like run says to run a pipeline, dev says run a pipeline in development mode, and debug says run a pipeline in debug mode.
Oh, okay.
So there's the difference. One's
Wow.
in development mode, one's in debug mode.
Well,
And then
that's
one is in a
fantastic.
mystery mode.
Mystery mode. All right.
Let's see. There's got to be better documentation for that online.
Yeah, there is. All right, hey, we got a website running. I don't know if it port forwarded to it.
Oh, scaffold debug acts like scaffold dev, but it configures containers and pods for debugging as required for each container's runtime technology.
Okay, so I don't really know what that means, but I'll take it.
The associated debugging ports are exposed and labeled so that they can be port forwarded to the local machine. IDEs can use scaffolds scaffolds events to automatically configure debug sessions.
Okay.
Scaffold debug examines the built artifacts to determine the underlying language runtime technology. Kubernetes manifests that reference these artifacts are transformed on the fly to enable the language runtime's debugging functionality. These transforms add or alter environment variables and entry points and more. Some language runtimes require additional support files to enable debugging, blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like it's the difference between Skaffold Dev versus Skaffold Debug is it's like Skaffold Dev plus plus.
Okay.
Like it adds additional stuff.
Well,
Which sounds pretty cool, like kind of crazy. It's inspecting like what the language runtime is of the built artifacts and like, oh, you probably want this port available.
Yeah, I have a hard time imagining that. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Do you see what I did wrong here, by the way?
Did you see what?
What I did wrong? I haven't been able to get to whatever port was open.
Yeah, but we put it on port 5001.
We did.
Did you already port forward?
No, that's what I did wrong. Good job.
Oh.
I forgot to run -- port forward.
Oh, I didn't even realize you could do that on the command line for Skaffold Debug. Oh man.
Yeah, I've never. Well, this is my first time running debug, so we're gonna see what it looks like.
But
does it mean I could set a breakpoint?
But it doesn't even show port forward as like one of the options. How did you know that was an available option?
It's a flag.
Where do you see that in the help?
I just know because we do it at work all the time.
Speak for yourself.
Skaffold debug. It's not in help?
No.
Well, maybe it doesn't work. Oh yeah, it's port forward.
Oh. Now I see it. Yeah, that. Of course, that's what you meant. Yeah, I saw that. I was just making sure that you were paying attention.
Right. Might be.
All right. Well, that's better than the way I was doing it.
Do you see all these options? Like, what is all this stuff? RPC port?
I want to try this again with the port forward option. So would it just like automatically port forward everything? That's interesting.
So I know the answer to that because I just looked it up. It will port forward all services that it knows about. But if it doesn't know about a service, it won't port forward. And so, for example, I was messing around with the Elastic operators this morning, and it creates the services through an operator. So Skaffold doesn't know about that service, and it doesn't just like ask about all services. It only does the resources that it basically creates or are created through Helm. And so I had to manually specify a port forward section there. So you can actually add a section to Skaffold called port forward and set up explicit port forwards if you want to do different things.
Okay, so like if I had a custom application that I installed on some obscure port,
yep,
then you're saying Skaffold might not know about that, and so
so Skaffold will if it deploys it, it will know about it and it will find it. But for Elastic, it went through the operator. So you create like an Elasticsearch instance, and the Elasticsearch operator is responsible for going and doing some other stuff. And Skaffold doesn't know about that. It's like behind the veil. And so although it does end up creating a service, Skaffold isn't able to associate that service with what it's stood up. And it
so it's only it's only when the operators obscure it that it doesn't know, you're saying?
Yeah. Because it's possible for you to run Skaffold in an existing cluster that already has stuff. And it won't like inspect the whole cluster and try to port forward. It will only port forward the stuff that it's in its file, basically.
Okay. So yeah, basically like you're saying any operator that we use. So like we typically use like Strimzi or Bitnami. So Strimzi for Kafka, Bitnami for PostgreSQL. Those, it wouldn't know how to port forward those. So you'd have to add in the port forward block.
It wouldn't, I think it depends, but it wouldn't port forward anything that the operator created for you.
Right.
So if the operator creates the service, it's not going to work. If the operator or the service is created some other way, like maybe via Helm or something, then it would be fine.
Okay. I think I follow what you're saying now. Yeah.
Does it work? Hey, look, it worked. Learn. I don't need to learn
I didn't
more.
try.
Is it HTTP?
So another way to say that then is if the service is created directly or explicitly by your YAML, then Skaffold will know how to deal with it. If the service is created implicitly because of, say, an operator, then Skaffold won't know how to won't know about that, so therefore it won't automatically port forward it.
Yep, you got
I
it.
think is a way to summarize it.
That is my understanding, I should say.
All right.
Yeah. So that's that.
Well,
So we got
learned
this.
something new.
We're back to where we were last week. I was kind of curious about setting a breakpoint just to see if that did work. I don't see how it could work, but I'm interested in it. Oh, look at that. Oh, well, I don't know if that's related. It doesn't make sense to me how you just go in here and set a breakpoint. Like, how does code know to attach to this debugging session?
I mean, I know for Python, you have to like explicitly attach it, or create like an environment file for it to attach for Visual Studio Code to attach to a session. I've never tried to attach, like we have a .NET Core app, so I've never tried to attach anything C# related in Visual Studio Code.
Yeah, I feel like I should be able to set a breakpoint here, which is already not working. Why does it not work? Do I not have the C# plugin installed? That would be embarrassing.
Well, I mean, what I'm talking about is like if you go to that that little play icon with the bug on it.
Where was that?
It's like fourth from the top, I think.
Right here?
The icon on the left. That's where you would like create. That's where I'm talking about. Where for like Python, you could create the launch JSON, which is kind of cool if you've never used it, because what that means is that like I can set up a debug environment, and I can commit that to my repository and share it with you, and so we can both have the same kind of same kind of environments set up.
Yeah, that's nice.
And there might be cases where like what I've done in the past is where like I'll have specific environments listed in that JSON file to do different things. I don't remember what the use cases were off the top of my head though. It's been a minute.
Okay. So it did turn out that I did have the C# extension installed, but it wasn't enabled, which is why I couldn't set a breakpoint. So I enabled that, and there it is. And I did get a message about it not being able to reference assemblies for... Oh, do I not have .NET 5 installed? Sounds like it. See, how do you install .NET 5?
Well, didn't we have to have that installed before we did the .NET Create last time?
I think we did. Let's see. .NET.
Which C# extension did you put in? Just the regular plain?
I think it was OmniSharp.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I do have 5, so I don't understand that error. So if I just like run this again, does it just... No, it didn't. So somewhere in the debug configuration, we'd have to tell it. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about that. I mean, we don't have to do that. I was just kind of curious about the debugging, what that was like.
Well, I wonder, I mean, I guess that would require me spinning it back up. I'm curious to see if this works on Ubuntu any different than it does for you on Windows. Scaffold down and then scaffold back up, see if it'll
do what?
I would be really impressed if that worked though. Which one did you do? You did home controller. I did program. I'll try both. How's that?
Yep.
Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, it'll
so scaffold debug port forward. Let's see if this works. Apologies for all the sniffling.
Oh, allergies. Yeah, so I do not know how you would attach a debugger. I mean, it's got to be like a remote debugger kind of thing. Like I would do this in Visual Studio proper all the time. Let's see. I guess we can create a launch JSON file and say, hey, would it be Docker debugging container?
I'm pretty positive that you have to have some, some launch, even if you just go through the, whether you handcraft your launch JSON or you do it through their UI there, you have to have something to tell it to attach.
Yeah. Yes, attached to Docker.
But with C#, I've never bothered because, you always have, Visual Studio available.
Yeah.
Well, I should say I've only ever needed to do it from a PC where I already had Visual Studio available. How's that?
Yeah.
But yeah, that alone wasn't enough, which makes sense. It didn't work.
Yeah, this is also not working very well. Yeah, so maybe we just kind of table this because I don't even know where to really start with this. I'll probably have to like Google Skaffold.net debugging. I mean, maybe that exists. Oh, hey. Okay, so yeah, it looks like this might be super easy.
OmniSharp actually has a launch JSON. It looks like.
Huh. All right. I mean, should I just copy all this junk?
Yeah, it is a bit verbose.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to read, but is that just working? So in my case, it's not the workspace folder. Like I'm actually in workspace and then wdub. So I think all those places
For all
will
your
change.
www needs.
Yeah. All right. So now if I attach,
I'm curious.
how do I do that? I just hit F5. When we created a launch JSON, shouldn't that be enough?
I mean, in Python, when I've done this in the past, like there would literally be like a play button. Like you're literally telling Visual Studio Code how to run the code, and so it would spawn the environment and attach to it. So in my case, again going back to Python, I think it was a simpler use case than C# because Python's already like multi-platform friendly compared to C# development.
Check it
I mean,
out.
I realize that there's .NET Core, but what is that? Python?
So I had pasted this in the wrong spot. Not found pods. Name of your pod. What's the name of the pod we're debugging?
Dub. Wait, that was the service.
Yeah, it's like maybe that's okay though. Do we have to go look up the actual
pod
name?
Pod is going to have like a weird name to it.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, we can go ahead and look it up, but I didn't expect it to do that.
I wonder if it'll take wildcards.
That'd be nice. That would make it easier. Oh man, I don't want to type that. I want to copy it. There we go. Whoa, too big. I just want the dub. And that port name. We could try a wildcard if this works. Is it working?
I don't know. It certainly looks promising.
Alright, so still got the breakpoint set, right? No, I lost it. There we go. Oh, it's telling me no symbols have been loaded. Which is interesting.
Oh, because it needs to compile it?
Maybe? Now why doesn't it know? Did I miss something else in here we're supposed to fill out? Oh, where is our DBG netcore stuff? Is there a DBG folder? No.
Well, that's saying where it's installed, though.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if there was like a debugger somewhere.
Location where the debugger binary is installed. So, like, if I do which vs debug, oops.
Oh, hey, look at this. So change this if your app is not deployed in source or /app in your Docker image. So we need to look up where it's actually deployed. I think it's in app. So yeah, we need to tell it basically where app is. And I think it's just app. And we don't have the source in the container, so I don't know. Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have changed this. And if this works,
yeah, we should. I mean, like going back to our Docker file, we were in /app, so maybe we were good to not change that.
Yeah, you just change all of that back. Oh, I've already polluted it. Okay, so F5 again.
Sure.
Disconnect.
No, pipe error.
Terminated. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to stop it. It was being weird. Okay. I mean, that looks a little bit better. Now if I come in here and refresh, unable to start debugging, failed to attach process, unknown error.
Oh, but did your pod name change? No, because you didn't rescaffold.
That's correct. Correct.
Wonder.
Ain't no error this time.
Let me
Just check fix the path.
let's see. I want to exec into that pod.
Ooh, look at this. I'm able to set breakpoints now. Ah, I failed again. Dang.
Bash. Okay, well, for what it's worth, there isn't a /source.
Yeah, we don't have the files on there. It's kind of weird. Your app is not deployed in source or app in your Docker image. May also be like this depending on your repository layout.
Where did you get this file again? I want to try it locally.
I will post a link in the chat if I can figure out how. I basically Googled Skaffold.net debug.
Skaffold.net debug.
What game is that?
Oh, because you went to a scaffold.dev link, right?
Yep. Sorry, I got distracted watching Dark Souls.
As you do.
Also, I don't know how to use Twitch. There we go. Sorry, I got distracted watching Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's the same one that I was on.
Do I have to have the source in there?
I'm just wondering if this would act any different on Ubuntu. Because there was definitely a period of time, and I don't know if it's gotten better because I haven't tried it, where like, I don't know if you experienced this at all, where like Microsoft treated C# in Visual Studio Code different on Windows than it did on other platforms.
Nope, definitely haven't seen that.
No? Really?
Yep.
Because it was like on Windows or on other platforms, it's like, oh, hey, you need to have this other, like mono or something like that. And for Windows treatment there in the beginning, it was like, no, you can't do that. You got to just use Visual Studio.
Yeah, I don't know.
You never saw that?
Nope.
All right, well
It's
then
core debug timeout.
it was just me.
The wrong process. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, where did we deploy to? Said it was the app folder. Yeah, app, and then it goes right into www.dll.
Yeah, you're looking at the Docker.
Yep.
Name of your pod.
Kubectl. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's no real magic around here. It's basically doing a kubectl exec. Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't know who you are. Thank you. Hello. So www.star. See if that works. So it does not. But I feel like we could do something here. We could like look it up by label or some other way. So I'm confident we'll be able to get that working. Pipe keyword, what's that? Or CWD.
I wonder though, because I don't have a VS debug installed. If I type in which VS debug, I get back nada. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in that.
Where am I even running this in Skaffold? There we go. Did I run Skaffold debug? Yes, I did. Remote port 5001. I don't really see anything specific about debug mode. Does it say like what port or whatever it is? Installing runtime debug support files and /debug. Okay, so that's where that mapping came from. To do storing keys in a directory. Now listening on 80. Content root path /app. So I think that should just work. Now the only thing is we don't have our source. Should I pop the source into the Docker file? Hey, Progman, what's up? How's it going? We are trying to figure out how to debug a .NET Core application in Kubernetes in Skaffold. There's like 8 different things that can go wrong, and so far it looks like maybe all of them are. So yeah, I don't really know much about remote debugging in .NET anymore. So the only thing I can think of is that, I mean, we are definitely missing the source. I looked up the error message that we got. It was a timeout.
Hey, what did you add for the configuration? What was your configuration section?
Now, that was this big thing that I got from the website. Skaffold debug.
Did they say to put that in the configuration section?
Yep. Pipe skiwood. There's only a couple things for us to set. There's basically the name of the pod, which I know we got right. We've got the order path, which is right. I don't know what pipe CWD is. And we don't have source. So I think I might just fix source just because that's like one thing that we know is different. So I guess I can just copy from publish. Oh, you know what? We did a .NET publish. How's that work? Hey, what's up, new duck? Welcome, welcome. We're making a mess.
That's what we do.
Yeah, so can you debug a .NET publish? Writing some node, very nice, very nice. We are trying to debug a .NET Core, well, a .NET 5 application in a container in Kubernetes via Skaffold. And it looks like it's almost there. It's just we get an error when we run it. So when I do a .NET publish, is there a way to like tell it to publish like the PDBs or whatever they used to call it, like the
symbols?
Yeah. That's what, yeah, exactly. Good program. That's what I was wondering. Is there like a dash symbol flag? I actually did work somewhere once that had a symbol server. And I still don't understand it.
That's weird. Like, I have a different experience, I think, Jay-Z.
Yeah?
Because, like, I see thread running. I have, like, a whole bunch of threads running. Did you see that?
In Skaffold?
Not in Skaffold, just inside of Visual Studio Code.
Well, maybe I didn't notice it.
Go to your fourth tab, your fourth button there, that play, yeah, that guy.
Yep.
And then, okay, so in my call stack, I have a bunch of threads running there.
Maybe you're working. You want to share?
I can. I don't know that this is right, though.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Maybe it is.
Prepare to be bedazzled. Share screen. Oh, you got to enable share. You got to enable that.
Man.
Yep. I'm going to crank up the sensationalize button here. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Do I put the sensationalize lever all the way to 100% or just
98?
98. Yeah, that sounds probably right.
Here we go. I'm almost there. There you go.
Okay, here we go. Desktop. Don't think it matters which desktop. So this is what I have going, but you never got this, right?
No, definitely not. And yeah, so, that's one thing too, go open. Maybe.
So, I mean, this is what I was trying to say before though. So we created this JSON, a launch JSON file, right?
Yep.
And so here we would see a bunch of different things. So like right now we only have the one configuration, but you know, maybe we would have like, let's pretend that we had, say, 3 different .NET apps in here, or it doesn't even have to be .NET. It could just be 3 different apps. We might want to have like different profiles in here. So one of them could be like, you know, for debugging our Python app. Another one might be for debugging our Rust app, and this one happens to be for C#, and we called it Skaffold Debug.
Yep.
But yeah, so once I just click that play button, and then boom, I get this. So then if I come over to here and I refresh that guy, I mean, I think if I come over now, here's the real trick is, do I have the ability to set a breakpoint?
Fingers crossed.
Which I don't expect because I don't have that VS debug.
Yeah.
Yeah, no symbols loaded.
Well,
so now I think we're back to where...
When you said no VS debug, so I was reading about how Skaffold does it. It actually places that /debug folder into the container.
No. What I'm saying is one of the... I have the play controls in the way.
Because we don't have the source code and the symbols.
So no. What I'm saying is one of the things that you have to do is give it the path to the debugger, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. So when you run Skaffold debug, it actually copies it copies that stuff into the /dbg folder for you.
Yeah, so but this is a binary that it's looking for.
Yeah,
called
so
VS debug.
It adds
this is an executable.
Yeah, it in this, if you search Skaffold debug in .NET, it actually talks about adding that binary. You want to find the .NET specific stoof. Yeah, there we go.
Or configured to be deployed along with it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's going to create, like, it's not going to magically come up with it, that binary though.
No, but we can look and see if it's there. Maybe
And
it's not
that's what I'm saying. It's like if I witch vs debug, like it doesn't exist.
Oh.
Like I don't have it. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I mean, I think I got a little bit further, but not terribly further.
So I have that. So if you go to /, you're saying there's no debug folder like dbg
/ in the container.
in the container.
Let's find out. Kubectl exec it. What was that thing called?
You got a
There's a
dbg.
dbg.
Yeah, if you do the which in here, the build argument on this documentation is talking about the building without optimizations. We did not build with that command.
I mean, there is one there. You're right. Yeah. Okay. So to your point, maybe it did do the magic for me.
So Geprogman is saying that we have to disable optimizations. So in order to configure your application for debugging, it must be identified as being .NET. And this, I think that's working for us. And it must be built, here we go, built with the -- configuration debug. We are missing that. So I'm going to add that in the Docker file. Good call, Geprogman. Did I mention last time how Geprogman has helped me now with like several different languages? Including ones that he doesn't really know.
Is it amazing how much he does know about it though? Like that's impressive.
Yep, it's kind of offensive.
Oh, that I said that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's offensive to my little brain that it's so little.
Oh, hey, check this out. Because you had .NET publish configuration release.
Yep, and Geprogman and beat us to it.
So now the question is, let's bring that down.
I don't know if
oh, you know what?
matters.
It should have. I wonder. Shouldn't Skaffold debug have picked up my Docker change? I wonder.
Yep, it should have automatically re-released it,
but it didn't. Maybe I wasn't patient enough.
This is interesting. So for me, it says not watching for changes. I don't know why. Maybe debug doesn't watch for changes.
Oh, yeah, I see that too.
Yeah, that's curious.
Maybe you need to specify a -- watch. Is that a thing?
I've never seen that in Skaffold. It's just normally when I do dev, it does it by default. I think
watch
this is
poll. All right. Okay, let's go back over to here.
This will be crazy if it works. I mean, you could just work in .NET, just Skaffold, basically Skaffold run, as long as you've got Skaffold and Kubernetes and Docker, and it'll start your project. Then you can go and change these files. You never have to compile. I don't know. It's strange to me.
Well, here would be the next thing that we need to sort out.
Oh yeah. If you see, it's just doing a kubectl exec, so I think we could do it by label or some other way. But yeah, that is a problem. I ran into the same thing. Yeah, that's super annoying.
back to here. How come I can't check that tab?
Ooh, I think it's working.
I can't.
Ooh,
Firefox won't let me select that tab. That's weird.
Wow. Yeah, that's a new one for me. All right, I set a breakpoint. About to have my moment of truth here. That's funny. It got unset.
You know, I wonder. Unable to read the file.
Yeah, I think that's the source thing. I think we need to copy the source into this container.
Maybe that's why I couldn't. Oops. I bet that's why I couldn't get to that tab in Firefox. Is that I probably Firefox, as soon as I was trying to click that tab, it was probably trying to like hit the website, and then the website was trying to break on that file.
Turn it off and on. Turn it off and on again. For real, man. For real.
Yeah, because look at this. Like, it says paused on a breakpoint.
Pause on a breakpoint. Yeah, I think it just doesn't know how to map it to the file. So I just changed the Docker file to bring the source in. And I'm seeing if that's going to work here. It is looking promising, though.
Would you just add like a work dir? If I could type it.
I just literally did like a copy -- from publish, and I just did /app to /source. So it's copying more than I need, but yeah.
Wait, oh, well, we need her to make a dir.
Since when does anybody care about build server efficiency? Oh man, quit unexpectedly again. Oh, the pod, because I keep forgetting that the pod name is changing. Let me fix that yet again. As far as I know, there's no way to explicitly name a pod unless it's a stateful set. And we'd have to change this up quite a bit just to get that working. Okay, here is the moment of truth for real this time. My computer. Just thinking about it. Nope. It looks like it's working, but whenever I set a breakpoint, it like removes the breakpoint a second later. It's like, nah. Unable to read file.
Exact.
Oh, okay. So for me, in this case, it's a pathing issue on my actual computer. It's unable to resolve file because it's missing the dub.
What did I do wrong? I thought I copied the path in, but apparently I didn't. What is your
Docker file?
Your Docker file look like again? Where you copied the file in? I did a run make dir /source, changed my work dir to that, and then copied dot into it.
Yep. And then you make dir /.
No, wait, you're looking at mine, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at yours.
I want to see yours.
Oh. Well, I could share, but I think that's good. The only thing is you need to also copy, see down to like 23, you need a separate line for the source too. Because you only added it to the build image, not the deploy image.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or stages, rather. Multi-stage multi-stage Docker. Get you every time.
I probably don't need the lines 3, 4, 5 then.
Yeah, I just did it in 24 basically. Or well, it's not 24 anymore, but
Wait, what is yours on that?
you want to see mine?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna share. Oh, I just realized. Crap! I just realized when you were sharing your screen and I was looking at other stuff, then people weren't seeing your screen. So sorry about that. So in my Docker file, I just copied it. I copied it before. I copied /app to /source.
And you didn't have to do the make dir first? Interesting. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, sure. Why not? And I'm gonna make the dir.
So did you see the error I have on the screen? It's actually trying to open the file on my computer, not inside the container. So I think that this is probably not necessary. But I don't know for sure yet. What's the VS error? Yeah, I don't know how to move this toast, unfortunately. But the error says this. It's unable to... Here, you see it there? Also terrible.
What's the error VS Code is giving in the toast? It appears under y'all's camera.
Yeah, and so you can see it. I just put it to a new file. So it's trying to open the file on my actual Windows machine. And it doesn't exist because this is the bad path. The actual path is under projects, cv pair, dub, and then controllers. So it's missing a folder, and I think that's to be expected because this is in a subfolder, which it, so I think it's something in our launch.json. Maybe it's the C word.
If this has it, git pod or kexec See if this looks any better.
This is gonna be super exciting.
Okay, that looks promising. Now let me get the name of my new pod here.
I still don't get this call stack.
That's really annoying that we have to like change the name of the pod in the YAML each time, or the JSON. Sorry. We really need to change that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oops.
In the app line there.
I copied that.
I don't know. Let's find out. I'll see if this worked first. So that didn't work.
Okay,
We'll try keeping that the same. Try all the permutations.
Hitting the play button. What if you throw the dub in the app line there?
I just tried that. So
all right.
Now the app is deployed. Oh, look, I got a call stack now. So I'm where you are. So now if I kept my breakpoints. They don't seem to be hitting. Now. So the app is deployed.
Now I'm getting it. Unable to open the controller, unable to read the file, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh, man. It just worked.
It's like, it did it?
Yep.
What did you do?
Jamie called it. Good prog, man.
What was the magic?
The source file map.
Call stack.
Source file map is on the outside, not inside the container.
Okay, so change that to /dub.
Yep.
Let's try this again. Scaffold down, scaffold up. Thankfully, we don't have many Docker files to build and deploy.
There we go. It's not super fast.
Get pods. Change my name.
Not super fast at all. What is up with that? It's been a little wonky.
Okay.
There it goes. B stand for beard. What's up? Tinfoil Saint. I know who Tinfoil Saint is. What's up? Being super hip.
Beast mode.
So .NET Core and Kubernetes, we are like super hip.
And Skaffold.
And Skaffold.
Don't forget Skaffold.
The world doesn't know about Skaffold. That's what we're doing here. Is we're bringing Skaffold to the world.
While we learn about it.
Yep.
I think there's still something screwy with my environment though.
Beast mode. Yeah, you want to share?
Yeah.
Hey Zach, you see my new camera? I got some new lighting in here.
Hey Zach, you see my camera? I got. Oh, never mind.
You do look a little pickled. Looks
Pickled?
kind of pink in there. You look. It looks like pickled beets in there. You're in a jar of pickled beets.
Oh.
Pickled eggs. Might go crypto.
Now let me fix that real quick for you there, Jay-Z. Let's see. Let's go to over here. Is that better? Is that better, Jay-Z? Yeah, you make fun of my face again. Do it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't see you.
Just kidding.
Oh no, I moved your camera now, and now you're not showing up with the frame. People are seeing behind the curtain. No. That's probably better. I don't know.
Because I tried to be a smarty pants jokester and ruined it.
I ruined it. Yeah. Pickle beets. Yeah. Oh man, you guys don't know about pickle beets? By the way,
I'm Pickle Rick.
My order of Jaffa cakes got delayed, but I've got the habanero sauce to go on them when they come in.
I can only assume that the Pickle Rick reference made it across the pond. Right? It had to have.
Is that like a Horseman Bojack thing?
Oh, you don't get the Pickle Rick's reference.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fan because I'm a Rick, so of course I gotta know.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't see the name, or else I thank you by name.
Don't think about the science, Morty. There you go.
Snake jazz.
Okay, so here's where I was. Now I already had this running before the call stack, but now I've added in a breakpoint here.
Yep.
And now if I'm like, hey, let's reload my fancy web page, then paused on breakpoint. Oh, hey, it worked.
So it's just slow. So
well, no, before this screen share, I was actually getting an error, like it couldn't.
Oh, okay.
It was complaining about the file still. But yeah, hey. Oh, look at this. Yeah, and this is really slow, like it reading all the variables.
Yeah. So I would not want to work like this, like day to day.
I would say I wouldn't want this to be my only option, but I would love to have this as an option in my toolbox.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can imagine like someone else on the team's like, hey, I'm seeing a bug in this application. But like, hey, let's hook up the debugger and take a look at it together.
Well, yeah, not in a production world though.
Yep, because the way we work at work is people work on different services, and so maybe this service is running, and the person who's having a problem with it doesn't care about the service. They don't want to build it, and they don't want to get to know it because they work on other services. But they can call in the SME, the subject matter expert, and say, hey, your junk is broken. Figure it out right quick. And they have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that took a while, but I mean, it's still pretty impressive though that like that whole thing, that even works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see what other languages are supported?
For what, the debugger?
Yep.
For Visual Studio Code?
Yep. There's 5 of them.
I mean, I've only, prior to today, I'd only ever used it for Python. So this is, we've hit brand new territory for me.
So specifically for Skaffold, the language runtimes that they support right now, and they'll do that weird.
Oh, for Skaffold.
Yep. Got up on the screen. It does. So Kotlin will totally work JVM. But honestly, why would you work
So
with Kotlin if you could work with .NET 5? I'm just kidding because I do. I think that Kotlin might have stolen my heart, but I'll tell you, it's close. If Kotlin ticks me off in the slightest, I'm running right back.
I thought you meant
competition.
like this drop down for the configurations
Oh no.
in Edge.
Oh, but don't worry, tinfoil. Node.js is supported as well.
Which is weird because even in here in Visual Studio Code, like it's not a complete list. I wonder if maybe that's just because of like the
Extensions you have, maybe.
yeah, the extensions that I have installed on this particular build. Although I could have sworn that I had I thought I'd put a Python one on here.
Maybe
Whoops.
it inspects the project and it only sees .NET. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, Python is installed.
I just realized I don't think that Zach has seen our scaffold file.
I can fix that.
Sorry,
It's really complex.
I was doing it again. I had a browser just sitting up there hiding. But yeah, so I know Zach does some work with microservices and Node. And in our case, we've got a simple file here, but basically you can run this file and it will go ahead and spin the stuff up in Kubernetes, and it will attach to the port forwarding for you, and it will watch for changes. And so what this means for microservices is you can kind of keep adding service, and you've got a one-liner, kind of like you would with Docker Compose, where you can run it, it'll spin up everything, and when you stop it, it stops everything. And additionally, you've got the ability to do things like set up profiles. So if like you only want to run these 3 services, and you can set up a profile to only run those 3. Or you can set up multiple profiles and kind of pick and choose the ones you want in order to run your architecture modularly, which is really awesome.
And we should add to that too, the way we have the Skaffold environment set up right now is like we basically just have a default environment. But if you did want to go the profile route, you can still have the default, and then the profiles can build on top of it.
Yep, profiles can add, remove, and replace. And what's really cool is it does it at the YAML layer. So literally it can modify anything in the Skaffold YAML file. You could even break Skaffold if you wanted. If you wanted to change the API version or something of the actual Skaffold file, then you can do that. So it's literally just mutating the YAML. Oh, I've never heard of Kustomize. Why are there so many tools? It's like JavaScript, man. It's the evolution.
Wait, what's Kustomize?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up right now.
To the internets.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, oh yeah, you're sharing.
Kustomize introduces a template-free way to customize application configuration that simplifies the use of off-the-shelf applications. Now built into kubectl.
Built into kubectl? What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? It allows Tinfoil says it allows you to basically compile Kubernetes element YAMLs.
Okay.
What does that mean though?
When I hear compile, it makes me think of like rendering, kind of like Helm does, like where you've got some sort of templating and then it spits out the right Kubernetes YAML that you need for your like environment. Oh yeah, so it traverses the Kubernetes manifest to add or move or update configuration options without forking. So you have like, okay, so it sounds very similar. Natively built into kubectl, so maybe that's why we don't hear more about the Skaffold and its brilliance, because there's another way to do this that's built in.
Yeah, but Skaffold is a Google project.
Well, that's true.
So, I mean, it wouldn't be unlike Google to have 2 ways to do the same thing.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. And then kill both of them.
He says, so we have a base deployment file, and then for each environment, we have bits that are overridden.
That's cool.
So it does sound very similar to what we're doing with Skaffold then.
Yeah, so for us, we do a little bit more modularly. So or we make use more of the modularity. So like we've got like, I don't know, maybe a dozen services, and so we don't want to run that all by default because it'll just crush your laptop. And so we might only run like the core ones that everyone needs, and then people kind of pack on the profiles to say, hey, add Mongo or add Postgres or add Elastic or whatever to that kind of base. So maybe Kustomize gives you the same thing though. I guess it depends on how you want to set it up.
Wait, this is their... Oh, okay. Check.
But seriously, just the amount of evolution happening in Kubernetes is crazy right now. I'm gonna have to change the name of the stream. We're going full customized.
I've like totally fallen down a rabbit hole now.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Oh, wow, we're here for the learning, right? So that's what we're doing, some learning.
I mean, where is it specifying the different things though?
Yeah, that's like Kubernetes to me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was expecting like.
Oh yeah, you see create 2 overlays, and it had names for them. If you go back one screen, so clone existing configuration, customize it, create 2 overlays, staging and production.
All right, we gotta try this.
Yeah. Customize getting started.
Well, I was looking for like the clone link. Oh, I think it's hidden.
Ooh, merge profiles and customization YAMLs.
Damn it.
YAML's the best, isn't it? Please, love YAML.
All right, let's go back out to here. Let's go ahead and bring that one down. Let's bring this one up. Okay, what did it say? I'll go back to the examples. Hello world example. Let's run the hello. You to use the over. Let's run the hello service. To use overlays to create variants, we must first establish a common base. To keep the documentation shorter, the base resources are off in a supplemental directory, data directory, rather than declared here. Download them, blah, blah, blah. Hijacking the stream like a boss. Here you go. All right, so wait a minute. I need to download those because they're not part of the repo. But did I just get them because I downloaded the whole repo?
Yeah, so I was wondering, I definitely feel better about that than just like curling to exec. I don't know that was necessarily doing that, but.
Well, I mean, who's this repo owned by though?
Yeah, it looks like it's just files anyway. It's not executables.
All right, define plastic word, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, this totally looks like
I want to go into that hello directory first. Where do we put it into? Customize, examples, hello world, and this was it, right?
Yep.
And then you want me to do that? Just make sure that that took. Did not. I think we need to do that, right? There we go. That's a weird looking path. Oh, because it made a temp one. Should work though, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not familiar with make temp, but yeah, cool.
I'm not familiar with tree either. Man, I feel like a super noob.
So let's do this stuff. Export, bang, bang. And then just make dir that guy. Oops. Make dir that guy. We should be able to demo home. And we see that it is, in fact, all about that base. Let's go back over to here, grab our curl command. It's probably trustworthy.
Yeah.
Looks legit.
You're not execing it. So I think that's the
Whoa, was I supposed to? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's all that. Then look into that, create the tree demo.
Yeah, what the heck is tree?
Demo home. Oh, I don't have tree installed. Sudo. Oh wait, is it a snap thing?
It's both.
Should I
Either
snap
one.
it?
I don't know, man. I don't trust Snap.
I'm always really.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, the cool thing about Snap is so you could just snap alias things.
I don't know what that means.
So if you wanted to create an alias, a system-wide alias,
Yeah.
you can just use Snap to create the alias, and you can see all of your aliases. So it's super convenient.
Can I alias stuff anyway?
Yeah, you can, but do you know of a like? It's a super easy way to like see and manage all of your aliases, though.
Okay, well, all right, yeah.
Um.
Yeah, it's easier than trying to find all my soft links or whatever and figure out which ones are mine.
We'll use app.
I guess we can do that. No, whatever, I'll take it. I mean, Snap's newer. I presume they made it for a reason.
Well, what I mean is like you could do Snap. Boom. I only have the one alias on this build. But you could also be like, hey, you know what? Snap unalias that thing.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't want to do that. All right, so now let's go back to tree $demo home. All right. Let's see. List contents of a directory in a tree-like format. Oh. That's all it's going to do.
Is that
really?
it?
I installed that for that.
It does look pretty nice, though.
I'm assuming this was just like create a temporary directory or file. Yeah. That seemed pretty basic, though. I think I could have skipped that step. One could immediately apply the resources to the cluster. Okay.
I was going to ask about the, like I would just normally do this in the bash RC or Z shell RC, but yeah, I mean, why not?
He's using Z shells pretty well
portable. I mean, if you work on multiple computers, like a Z shell RC, you're able to easily share that between computers. I don't know. I'm not gonna hate on Snap because I honestly don't know anything about it. Hey, who am I kidding? I don't need to know anything about something to hate on it.
Okay.
You're just gonna hate.
I mean, I have things running here, so this is looking cool.
All right, service. Deployment. Okay. So we applied it. So now we want to create a staging and production overlay.
Oh wait, we're here. A first customization step could be to change the app label to all resources. So we're going to do this sed command here.
Man, I am so jealous that you're on Ubuntu and you can just run commands that you see in readmes. Like, that's not something I get to do. Unless I'm on WSL, which usually works. Usually works.
Yeah, or WSL2. WSL or WSL2?
Whatever's already on the computer, because I don't want to restart right now.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to create a backup of a file that we're going to edit. We're going to substitute hello. We're going to call it my hello. All right, cool. And see the effect. Oh, so there's actually now a customized command.
Okay.
But I didn't install that. So yeah, hey, check that out.
Okay.
Sudo snap install customize.
Yeah, I suppose on Mac has the same problem where sometimes things don't go so great. You'll see like snap or whatever apt-get. And if you're living on Ubuntu all the time, then you're constantly dealing with things that don't work. Like,
well, how about this for a mind blown? Like, this is Ubuntu on a Mac.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait, that's ridiculous. I forgot about that.
So we got an error creating new loader. Wow, this doesn't look anything related to what we were trying to do. I mean, it's complaining about Git. First of all, I take offense to that statement.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so Zach, so I know that the Progman runs Pop. Uh,
URL.
I just installed Ubuntu on a laptop recently, uh, and so I'm wondering what you're running. Remember for a while there,
You
it looked like
know,
Mint was going to take over, but then it kind of faded.
okay, I'm curious though, because you say you're running Pop and Pop OS is great, but why would you pick Pop OS over Ubuntu? And I asked that because like I've had my eye on the System 76 laptops for a while,
Yep,
and
all
they
Pop.
by default ship with Pop OS. Like that's the preferred one that they would, but you can pick Ubuntu.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would I pick Pop OS? I would. So you're saying, Jamie's saying that Debian, I guess that's supposed to be Debian less than Ubuntu less than Pop.
Error or Arrow, sorry.
Yeah, I assumed
Oh
that was
yeah,
maybe like the. I thought maybe it was like
greater than
a
equal
less
to.
than or equal that was getting translated.
Okay. So I think Pop OS is System 76.
Oh.
Isn't that their distro? They own that.
I don't know. I thought that Pop OS, well, because like I'd never really seen anyone talk about Pop OS until I was like paying attention to System 76. So I thought, oh, maybe this is like their own, uh, oh shoot, what's the word for it?
Distro?
Distro. Thank you.
Yep, I think it is.
Of it. That maybe they had like some things customized for their builds, and that was all the more reason why I was like, well, no, I don't. I want something more generic. I want a more generic. Okay, yeah, it is.
Ollie, what up?
Ollie, hey Ollie. Pop OS is System 76 distro. So yeah.
All right.
So then Jamie's on a System 76. Hashtag jealous.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Well, Ollie, I saw you doing Evan code. Congratulations. I think I have officially quit. Giving up.
All right. Well, we're back to our customize error here, though.
Oh yes.
Error creating new loader with Git.
Looks like absolute path.
And that was the path.
No such file or directory.
No. Eval symlink failure else that. Why are you saying no directory? I wasn't supposed to do something as root, or maybe I did do something as root that I wasn't supposed to do, was I?
You don't always run as root?
I don't think I did any we didn't do this more command. We didn't go look at that.
No, I definitely don't remember that. Did we miss something else?
But I mean, that's just like looking at the file though. I mean, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, that's true. What did you miss? So yeah, Ollie. So amazingly, we were able to, with lots of help, get .NET 5 debugging inside Kubernetes, all set up by Skaffold. So we were able to refresh a page and hit a breakpoint inside Kubernetes, which is really cool. But it was slow though. And then we started talking up Skaffold, and then Zach's like, yo, what about Kustomize? And we're like, yo, what about Kustomize?
Hello.
And here we are.
Did we do a build before? We did do a build before. And when we previously did the build, did we not? Maybe we never did a build? Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, I did see that Docker was dropping support for it. They had like a shim in there, but as my understanding is that it's just a container runtime, which is just, so basically you can still use Docker, you still build with Docker if you want, and it's just changing the actual kind of turtle at the very bottom of all that all that stuff that runs. Yeah, so it should have no effect on your day-to-day life. I think it's supposed to be fully compatible.
Okay, so maybe
CRI or whatever.
We can just do.
Yes, we're trying to figure out, Ollie. So Scaffold sounds like it does a lot of the same stuff as Kustomize, basically giving you the ability to kind of modularly spin up different parts of an environment or have kind of changes for different environments for different reasons.
It was customize build base. Yeah, see, we can't do this step for some reason. Like that's failing. And then it fails the first customization. Like, yeah, then we can't go on past that. Because I did mistakenly skip this step before we changed the label.
Yep. So I was too busy chatting, I missed the error message, but it's saying the file doesn't exist.
It's the same one. Error creating new loader with Git URI. It looks like absolute path. Blah blah blah.
It is the absolute path. It does exist.
Let's take it to the Google machine.
So basically, as far as I can tell, Kustomize is like Scaffold, except it sucks. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, this is saying inside of a Docker container. That's not our problem.
I think it's worth looking specifically for Kustomize.
Joe, you and your logic there, sir.
I mean, if it's not the first link in Google, then why bother? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I'm enjoying having two computers for this whole streaming thing. Because now I can look up stuff without disrupting the stream, maybe. We'll try it. It's like C# Fritz has a pretty elaborate setup, and I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, I'd like to do something simpler, and here I am basically slowly getting there.
They are talking about like doing this export for the tempter, but they're on a Mac though. They're talking about being on a Mac and doing that.
I mean, you are.
Oh, shoot. Well, hardware-wise, I'm on a Mac, but really I'm on... I can try it. Yeah, let's see. Tempter. Export. Tempter / temp. That would be weird. Right?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Creating new loader with Git. Like, what does that even mean?
Well, we have officially been derailed. Invalid source string. Let's take this one. Come on. Mouse, you're failing me.
Do you have Git installed on this computer?
We did a Git clone.
Yeah.
Do we have Git installed?
Oh, check this out. Kustomize has a security feature that prevents it from reading from absolute paths. This can be overridden by doing kustomize build -- load _ restrictor equals none. Let me drop this.
Where are you reading that?
Well, wouldn't you know, Geprogman recommended that we check out the issues on GitHub. And guess what?
Tinfoil saying, yeah, that directory does exist. What do I need to do now?
Well, I just chatted it. If you can see that.
There was
So kustomize build, wherever you have that command. But the trick is we're going to pass a new flag called something restrictor.
Load restrictor?
Yep. And we're going to set that equal to none. Because when security stuff prevents you from doing something, you should just turn it off. Here's my tip of the week.
quote it?
Oh, no quote. And it should
No
be equal
quote.
sign.
Are you sure? Where's the? Did you have the link available?
I pasted it, but I did not. I'll put the link in there. I should say too that I didn't finish reading the comments. I just stopped at the first thing that looked useful.
I wonder. Just out of curiosity. I mean, that can't be it. Refiner.
Oh, dash restrictor equals none. Maybe we just change that path to be, maybe it's a problem with README. Change the path to be, to not be in temp.
Yeah, we could do that.
Just make it in a subdirectory.
I think there was, if you go back here, they said rather than creating that directory.
And make dir temp. Make tempter.
I'm looking for that. Where was that line again? I thought there was a, oh yeah, they were just saying this. So what we could do is come back over to here. But I think, because what they're doing is they're trying to like not edit the reason why they're doing all of that, I think, is because they're trying to encourage you to like edit in your own copies of the files rather than like doing it directly here in the Git directory.
Yeah.
We're
making an overlay.
But I mean, we don't care, right? So we could just do it here.
Yeah.
Where's this directory?
We should try sudo, looks like a rm.
Uh-huh. Oh, dude, I've heard about this one.
Slash.
That one probably works.
Yeah. Have you done that recently?
That sounds legit.
It was Juggernaut.
You should do it often, right?
Yep.
I think.
You know, they actually warn you now. They're like, yo, I don't think you want to do this. They may even prevent it. You have to, I think, pass an additional flag. It's like, yes, I really want to delete everything, even though it doesn't make sense. System 32. You know, a long time ago in like a drafting class, back when they had those, we had a computer, and one of the other students, definitely not me, installed like a game where you designed a car and went around a racetrack, and the teacher found out about it. And he's like, "Hey, uninstall that." And so I went into the computer to uninstall it, and I wasn't sure what it was called, but I was just kind of looking around, and I noticed there was a file called autoexec. So I was like, okay, that's it. So I deleted autoexec.bat, and then the computer was broke. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Woodson.
Oh, I can top that.
Yeah.
Yeah, long ago, I wanted to create some extra space for on the computer, and didn't realize. I was like, oh, you know what? I just got a bunch of floppies. I'll just start copying everything off to the floppies. I don't need this directory. And so I was copying like all the system directories off to floppy drives just to make a backup of it, but move it off the computer to create space. That didn't end well. Oh
man, moving on a copy.
The best part is it wasn't my computer. It was like my friend's dad's computer, and he was so pissed.
Look, I needed room for my Doom wads.
I was like, yeah, man, how are we gonna play Doom?
Yeah.
So we probably need to do this curl command again, maybe, to get all those new files into the new place. Now that should look good. Now, who cares about the tree command?
We have to get Kustomize working because we installed tree for it.
Yeah, right?
I installed tree for you. You watch Orange is the New Black?
Hey, look at that.
Beautiful.
That worked.
Beautiful.
I think that the problem was it didn't like that where we wrote to in the temp directory. I bet it was like a file permission issue.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. No.
I don't know though. Well, I got a lot of Minikube stuff going on in there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Where was that other temp directory? Ah, look at that. Look at the permissions on that thing. So it was only by my user. I wonder, it wouldn't make sense if it was doing it some other user though, because I wasn't doing sudo. But hey, we're further along.
Yeah.
So let's pick back up where we were. So now I probably have something running still in Kubernetes, right?
Yeah.
I do. So if I kubectl apply that, how do I bring it back down? Because it's already like, hey. Did I not? Oh, because we're in the wrong shell.
Sure.
Unchanged. All right. So now let's change the label. So wait, before we do that though, we're changing the label for what, guy? Customization. .yaml. It was the app. So I guess if we were to do like kubectl describe pod, and it was called like the deployment, blah blah blah. If we were to go look at this thing, we'll see a label of app equal hello right here.
Yep.
For those following along. Oh, forgot the said part. Oh, come on. Really?
So, to follow saying the SRE, which is a culture, not a role. Wait, no, that's DevOps. SRE set it up so that kubectl will actually just apply the files that it get. Well, it applies the, I guess the text that it gets from Kustomize directly. Just pipes it out. Watch that slick.
Now
one thing I do like about Skaffold that I haven't seen a way to do here is that Skaffold watches your file, so if you make a change, it will actually redeploy it, and it will only redeploy the things that have changed, which is nice. So it kind of gives you a nice way to work with it live.
So now we've customized the base. So it didn't suggest that I reapply this though. That seems odd, right? Huh?
You just built it.
Yeah, which, I mean, let's go back to here. All right. I mean, we still have app equal label. In fact,
yep,
let's do
this. It's created 20 minutes ago and it hasn't changed since.
We do app equal.
So we built, so I would think that we'd have to deploy the changes and we'd have to apply them.
Yeah, so because what we would expect to see is at some point we want that to fill in the blanks, but it didn't suggest to do a apply afterwards. So let's continue on then. Let's assume that they have their reasons for not telling us to do that yet. So creating staging and production overlay. Staging enables a risky feature not enabled. Production has a higher replica count. Web server greetings from these cluster variants will differ.
Oh, I think I get it. So it's literally going to overlay the changes from like staging onto the base, and then the changes from production onto. So you probably only have to do the things that are different. That's cool. Hence the word overlay.
I mean, that would keep things, I guess. I mean, it's nice that these are in like separate directories. It looks like that's the way this is the direction we're going. Whereas in Skaffold, you have one giant file.
Yep.
For all of this, so that's kind of cool. So staging customization, the staging directory, make a customization defining a new prefix and some different labels. So
All right, enjoy Papa John's. They got that garlic butter sauce.
Thank you, tinfoil. All right, so what are we doing here? So we're going to create a staging customization YAML, name prefix staging, common labels. We're going to add some labels, some annotations. Hello, I am staging. Oh, you pointed to where the base is. So this looks like it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Kind of digging the way this looks like it works out.
Yep.
So if we go over to staging, didn't we create a staging directory? No, that's in my base directory. I thought, where did we create the staging directory? Overlays. Oh, in the overlays directory, sorry. Whoops, I didn't mean to cd into that.
Yep. It's in the overlays. Good call. And staging.
All right, that looks cool. Now create a staging patch. Add a config map customization to change the server greeting from good morning to have a pineapple. All right.
Okay.
There's that guy. Production customization in the production directory. Make a customization with a different name and prefix. Okay, so in production, we're doing multiple things here.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wait, no. The have a pineapple was a staging patch. I'm sorry. So we're doing multiple things for each.
Yeah.
So we're making changes like config map changes as well as. Well, replicas. No, this one is. Yeah, this one is not the config map. Okay, so only staging had a config map change, just to specifically call out that it was staging. Okay. Now compare. We now have a base directory, a slightly customized clone of the original, and an overlays directory containing the customizations and patches required to create distinct staging and production variants in a cluster. So
okay, I like tree a little better now. Home. That's nice.
So looks like that. Compare the output to see how they differ. Well, I mean, we already did this. Not sure. That's a lot of stuff. What was left? Left was staging, right is production. So here's staging, have a pineapple. Production says good morning. Enable risky is true for, hey, feature flag.
There you go.
Okay. The first part of the difference should look something like that, and it does. Okay, so let's deploy. So
excuse me.
I wonder, do we have to build each of these before we could actually use them, I guess?
I would think so to do the render.
Yeah, because you were saying, to your point or someone's point, who made the point about it compiling?
Yeah, so it looks like it compiles
to the chat.
Straight Kubernetes files.
All right, so let's try this.
So it's basically going to overload those things and generate.
Wait a minute, let's do this one more time. I want to see tree dollar overlays. Just do that. Okay, so that's what our file structure looks like in that directory so far. If I paste that, I don't think I think that just went out the standard out, if I remember yeah. So if we wanted to save that rendering somewhere, we would have to pipe that.
Yeah, or you could just pipe it to kube apply.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like they did here. But we could see like what the renderings would look like for either. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you can diff it, check it in, so you can see exactly what gets deployed in your Git ops repo. That's a little different.
All right, so let's customize. Let's do staging. Supply that guy.
Wait, sorry, I got an itch.
Okay. So the dash F dash here reads from standard in.
Standard in? I thought it was file.
Well, the dash is standard
the
in.
dash. Oh, that's, I didn't know that. Is that a kubectl thing or like a
That's a
standard
Unix
convention?
thing. That's like a POSIX thing.
All right.
Okay, so now let's do. We changed our labels before, so we should be able to say get pods app equal.
Wait, why
what
are you
did we
running
call it?
K9s? Did you give up for it on this laptop?
There we go. I don't know, man. I'm not. It's cool, but I'm kind of not sold on it. I kind of like.
Okay.
I kind of like that I can just do things, on every platform with just Kubernetes and not have to deal with the hassles of K9s. Because it was like, it kind of did turn me off. Yeah, it kind of did turn me off with like, the pains that I went through with it last time. And honestly, I don't think that I think the problems were more like self-imposed, like problems I created. But you know how like you get like you have a bad experience with something and then forever it's kind of like tainted, And
yeah,
I think that's what happened.
Yep.
What is this? The Skaffold repo has
kind of like this interaction right here
with Kustomize
is offending me. Like me and K9s, like we're together now. We're an item.
Okay. So you see that Jamie says that there's an example of using Kustomize and Skaffold together, right?
That's Ollie, but yep.
Oh, sorry, Ollie. My bad.
Yeah, let me open that up.
Describe pod. Hey, and now they're actually called staging the deployment, by the way. Remember, these were just called the deployments. The pod names changed.
Okay,
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that. It took me a minute to recognize that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So there's no.
So here's our annotation.
Overlay you're using.
Boom. I am staging a deployment. Hello, app my hello. I think we had to like actually run something there, right? To see what was that thing again? What were we actually running in here? I don't remember. Do we have like a web server running? Where did we see the?
I know there was a config map and there was a deployment.
Maybe we don't have anything running, and it was just in the annotations where we had like I am production versus. Where's the pineapple comment? That's what I was looking for.
Config map.
Yeah, but where are we going to see that? I guess we're not going to see that in a running thing then.
Well, I mean, you can see it you can describe it. And by the way, it does look like so Skaffold has like top level customized support. So it's a deployment type, just like kubectl or Helm.
Wait, say that again.
Skaffold has customized support. So you know how we did like Skaffold and then deploy, and then I think we did Helm. I think we even did Kates before that. So there's also support for Kustomize. Just boom. So you can have it, you can give it like a profile, and it will take care of doing the rendering and the deployment for you. So it looks like it's wonderfully compatible. And Skaffold has official examples for it. Wow, they have a lot of examples.
So here's the config maps.
So you know what we got to do now. So last stream we went
convert our app to use Kustomize.
That's right. That's right.
Well, let's do this one first, real quick. Let's throw our production one in there. Now, I will say I see one thing that I'm not particularly crazy about, and I'm curious if you noticed it too, JZ. Like, do you already see where I might be going with this?
Nope.
Okay. So let's see here what happens here. So now get pods. If we try to use the staging label, again, we should expect this to not work. Oh, but it did. Oh, because we changed the base, didn't we? That's why. That's why.
Yeah, I think the app was always named My Hello, wasn't it?
Well, we changed the base.
Why did we change the base?
It was the example that they gave. that's the technical reason why we were following the example.
That's pretty
but
reason.
So this actually exacerbates my point that I was going to make before, though. So the one weird thing is and maybe this is okay, maybe this is bad, but like for a local environment, we're now running multiple things. So like what I was going to say was the config map
Oh, yeah.
left the other thing around, right?
Yeah.
So I guess now if I were to like do get config maps, I'll see 3 of those.
Yep.
Which maybe is okay, but having them both running, that seems kind of...
Yeah, coming from like a scaffold perspective, like that's not what I want to happen, right?
Yeah, because for those that don't know, like Skaffold, when we came over here and we were like, hey, what did we do? Scaffold, debug, that guy.
Yep.
So that's going to like automatically spin everything up.
Yeah, it's like, and then when you're
We'll
done,
wait
you just
for
shut it all
that.
down. Because it's like deleting stuff kind of stinks. Like you have to, I don't know, an easy way to really delete stuff.
Yeah, cleaning up after itself is like important.
Yep.
So maybe if we switch this to do Kustomize plus, maybe that'll be our day. Customize, Scaffold plus Kustomize.
Yeah, I think if we could get customized, and we could use a profile to swap between like 2 overlays.
Okay, so here's the point that I wanted to make for those following along though. So Scaffold is now up and running, our simple web app. If I come back over to here and I'm like, hey, let's just get a list of all the pods. Oops. Okay, get pods.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So here's this is all, those are all related to Kustomize. Here's our one for Scaffold, right? And when I come back over here and I just Control C this thing, because see, it says press Control C to exit. So Control C, boom, it goes into cleanup and it uninstalls this thing. Come back over to here. We're no longer going to see, oh, hey, it's terminating. Now, in this one case where we only have a single pod, you're like, hey, what's the big deal? But like in our use case for our day jobs, right? Like we have, a dozen pods that we're creating.
Yeah, I don't
so
and all the config maps and all the services and all the
yeah, so it's a big deal, right? Like the ability to clean it up. And that's just depending on like if you're using the default profile, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you needed to use one of the other profiles to get like other things, like maybe you want some B maps running and various web apps and whatnot. So
I guess you could delete the namespace if you wanted to get rid of like everything, but
yeah, so I guess I guess it seems to me like Kustomize is going to like you're kind of like it's more choose your own destiny. Like you're in charge of if you want if you want that thing removed, and what bits of it do you want removed is what it seems like so far, right?
Yep.
Is there there's an apply, but is there an unapply? I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to Google on this machine. Look.
Kubectl dash
So delete. But I don't know if you can delete by file.
But hey, you know what, Jay-Z, I never noticed this before, but look at that right there.
Build a customization target from a directory or remote URL. That's cool. So you can say, oh, from a remote URL is cool to be like, yo, customize me one of these.
Yeah. I guess you can't. Wonder, stick into the apply document. Is there not a remove?
There's customize.
Where do you see that?
-K.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's try to do this. Let's go back to here. All right, so we finished that. So what would we need to do then to... Let's take another dive at what they had here.
Yeah, I think we basically created an overlay directory for like our existing thingamajig. So we basically create an overlays directory. Because there's nothing special about these files, like that's just like standard stuff, right?
Yeah, the only reason why they created the base the only reason why I think they had us create the base directory was because they didn't want us to edit the repo files.
So I think we basically would move our stuff to base or just leave it where it is and just create the overlays. Yep.
Yeah. And I think they actually used a command for that, didn't they? Go back to that, or maybe I'm just thinking of the directory.
Yeah, they created it from the other one. Make dir.
No, they didn't. They literally just okay. So let's go back over to. Why do I have so many instances of code running?
This is the way.
Okay, Mandalorian.
Peacock.
Okay, Mando.
I haven't seen the season yet. No spoilers.
Okay. So I think what we want to do is go back into. Well, we had everything. I'm trying to think. So we're not using this deployment directory there, right? Didn't we stop using that because we need to get rid of that, I guess.
Well, I don't know. There's something nice about having the history there.
Well, because we're really only using the charts directory, though.
Oh, but how do you kustomize the charts?
Oh yeah,
that's kind of weird. There's like there's some weird overlap there, and I guess it would be the templates folder. So it's almost like we'd have like a, you know, the templates would be the base, and then maybe we'd have like a templates prod folder. But yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you get from Helm just anyway.
So I think what we're saying is that we want our overlays directory inside the templates, right?
I would think it'd be next to templates.
And Kustomize overlay. Skaffold supports the following tools. Oh, so maybe it's either or.
Yeah, I assume we'd be replacing Kustomize. We'd be replacing our Helm with Kustomize.
Kustomize allows Kubernetes developers to customize raw template-free YAML files. Template-free? What? To customize Skaffold. Add deploy type customize to the deploy section of the Skaffold YAML. So I think, well, first of all, this is crushing me. Why do I have that? Close that. Oh, I think that was like another one that we were working on a while back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it probably just opened earlier.
Okay, so I think what we want to do is in our Skaffold YAML here.
We do, so where we have deploy, would there basically be another one called Kustomize?
Yeah, but I was thinking like, would we want to do it as a different profile?
Yeah. So -- profiles first.
Yeah. --
Oh, sorry, not that. Why did I say -- profiles.
I don't know, but it threw me off. You got me.
And then it's you could have.
What's the syntax for
that? And it's an array. And then it has a name. And what else?
There we go.
Yeah, the documentation is really good. If you find there's like a big documentation thing that has basically like one big file. I think it's called the reference. This also works. Yeah, there we go. Profile's name,
activation.
Okay,
blah,
and
blah,
activation
blah,
is optional, but if you scroll down a little bit, I think there's a little bit more depending on like whether you want to do a replace or there we go, like patches. Like that's the kind of thing I was looking for. The patches isn't required, but that's like how I tend to think about it.
Okay, so we want a name of, let's call this thing custom.
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse it with customize just in case if that's like reserved for any reason.
Yeah, should very likely.
But where do we tell it that the deploy type is
Oh, that just happens in the path.
Oh, when we activate it?
Yeah.
I mean, when we run the thing?
Yeah.
All right.
So
So what else is
name
we going to do here then? Nothing?
patches.
Oops.
And then that has a number. It's an array. So there's going to be a number of actions that take place in this profile.
What if we just copy that as the template?
All right. Thank you, Tinkerty Tonk. Good prog, man. Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. And that.
Yeah. And for us, we're probably doing an add, I guess. So we're going to be adding an item to our deploy array. So the path would just be deploy, or slash deploy rather, sorry. And then from there on is everything that we want to add to the value. What would that look like?
Where did slash deploy come from? We have a deployment.
Yeah, so look in the
meant?
scaffold file. So there's a slash build, and there's a slash deploy, and now a slash profiles. So we're adding an item to slash deploy.
Oh, you're talking about here.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind. Alrighty. So I mean, but we want to use Kustomize to deploy the same thing instead.
Yep. So we're adding a new variable a new section to deploy for Kustomize. So I think the value here is going to be I think that the path maybe should be slash deploy slash Kustomize. I think. And then here we'd be adding a new value to that array. So I'm gonna tab here for a second to see what I did for another project. Because I recently did this. Recent. I want to see.
Instead of overriding the whole build, the dev profile specifically defines a different Docker file to use for the first artifact. That's what we want.
Okay.
Isn't this describing exactly what we want?
Sorry,
I mean, they're using a Docker file instead.
Yeah, so our path is different though. So the path will be, I looked up. We don't need to do slash deploy slash
artifacts.
Yeah, so for us it'll just be slash deploy, and then the value will be Kustomize, and then go on from there. But yeah, you want that on the next line, because you're actually adding an object. That makes sense? So Kustomize and then colon on Kustomize, and then we just go from there.
And then it'll be all the same stuff here.
I think it looks a little bit different. We'll have to look up what the options are for Kustomize. So here we'll give it deploy Kustomize, and then
there's not a lot.
Yep. So here are our options. So we can pass paths to customization files, flags, build args, and default namespace. We should probably leave one. Each entry in paths also has additional items like global, apply, delete.
I mean, they're doing it like this, like.
Yeah. So that just means empty object.
Oh wait, that was the paths though. No. That was the customized thing. Sorry.
Yep. So in our case, we're wanting to add so it probably would be a replace here. It looks like it's defaulted to Kustomize. So here we're actually going to pass values in for the Kustomize, so we can get rid of those brackets and basically just next line, and it would be path. Was it? I already forgot paths.
Yeah, but this is it. But we're going to want to specify this by the command line. I thought. Why would we? Are we sure we want to pacify it as part of the YAML?
I assume so. So I thought that we'd be passing the paths to the files, which is by default just dot.
Each entry should point to a folder with customization. Okay. Okay, so then I guess the question is,
Yeah.
do we want to create a
folder?
customized folder in charts or next to charts? And I think it would be next to it, right?
Yeah, I think so too. It looks like it's not really. Maybe it doesn't play nice with Helm.
I think that's what we want.
Yeah, I agree. I'll keep it nice and tidy too. I'll look that up.
And then if we go back to what we did here, I think we would copy what we had as our original deployment YAML.
Yep.
And we'll just copy these files into the Kustomize directory.
And then change them.
Well, no, we'll use the overlays directory to change them. I think we're gonna like literally just take those and paste them in there.
Okay.
Right. And then inside of here, I think we would create an overlays.
Yeah, that works.
And then maybe here we call it dev versus prod. I think that's how that's going to work out, right?
Yeah. And maybe we just change the number of replicas to start.
Sure. So prod folder. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do the folder file deployment YAML. What was the name of our deployment though?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how it knows to link it up.
We didn't name
it. Yeah, we have metadata. No, we do. It was www.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was just not where I expected to be. It was down. It was kind of hidden.
Was it? Where was it?
Line 6.
Oh, line 6. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's good enough, right?
Yep. So deployment. Why is it squawking at you though? Why is it red? No. Oh, we need it under template and then spec in it.
No, I mean I literally copied. I mean even their example one is got the same squiggles.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we're okay there. And then maybe we change. Like let's add a label. I think they did this where they added an annotation here.
Yeah, that's good.
So what if we did something like over here in dev? I think they called it customization.yaml though.
Yeah, that's interesting. That I was kind of surprised to see that.
Was I wrong?
So name
what they called it? Yeah, they did. So let's just say, yeah, that's good. I like all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We probably need a customization in the other one just to point to, so that it knows the base and everything. And that directory is going to be different.
Yeah, the directories. I don't remember seeing the customization in the prod files though.
It was, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So let's do this.
That makes sense. So you'd have a customization for each. Okay.
New file. So I guess that's their convention. Is that like Skaffold? You would have a Skaffold.yaml, and for Kustomize, you'd have a customization.yaml.
Yep.
Let's change the base. Let's just. I want to differentiate theirs from their example, just in case.
Okay.
So
we know another thing. Do you not have like some quote? I feel like there should be like a Ricky Bobby or something in here. Like, this needs some outlaw soul in it.
Well, I mean, okay. Although I feel like that should be the production one, though.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what's a good dev one? Yeah, there we go. We can't stop, sir. We gotta slow down first. What was that from?
No, come on, man. That's not even close to how that quote went. Do you not remember?
No.
Actually, I think it would be more like that.
We
can't stop, sir. We gotta slow down first.
Is it Spaceballs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I like the enunciation, or is so matters so much, because like you ran through it. You couldn't like separate.
Oh,
it, so.
gotcha. Was that Michael Winslow or what's the name that could do all the sounds?
Yes, he was
nice. All right.
We got the beeps, the creeps.
Yeah.
And the blips, the beeps, the creeps. Yeah. Or I don't remember that exact quote, but yeah. We don't have a map YAML, so I think we can just remove that guy there. Yep. This guy here, process strategic merge. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're telling it, this is production, so we're telling it to use that thing. So then what we can do here, we can make sure that we have it right. And let's go back to here. I think this will work. Customize build dot, maybe? Oh, maybe we have to specify an overlay. So let's do staging first. Oh no, it's called dev. Ooh, hey, good catch.
Dev and staging.
This should be called dev. Oh, hey, I just noticed this. This is where you're given the prefix for like all your pods.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Is in the customization YAML.
Yep.
Nope, I did something wrong there.
URL lacks host. Got file, but overlays dev customization UML must be a directory. Be a root. What? Saying that
overlays must resolve to a file.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't have any kind of like weird permissions thing going on, do I? No.
Not this time.
How did we do this before? Weren't we able to? Let's go back to that.
It's almost like the files are backwards or something like that.
Where did we do the customize as before? Oh no, get out of the way, Zoom. Was this it? Yeah. Where was that build command again? Yeah, customize build, and then they just pointed to a directory.
Yeah. And then basis was up a level.
Wait, wrong directory. Wrong terminal.
Oh, does it do recursive by default?
Customize.
Probably not.
Customize. Dash. What was this? What did that variable look like here?
About the base? Oh.
No. Did we not have that directory? Customize build. No. Overlay staging, right? Yeah, that's all we had to do there.
Yep.
So over here, I shouldn't need the dot. I should just be able to say overlays prod. Either way, we're getting errors. So what are our problems?
Pair customize overlays must resolve the file. The path is wrong. You see, like, it should be pair slash. Oh no, maybe it's not wrong. Accumulate file error.
I wonder. I bet
Oh,
you.
cycle. It is. I think it is because it's recursive. So the deal is, we've got. We need to move that deployment and service file to like a base directory, because right now it's looping. You see, we're telling it to go up a level for its base directory, and then it goes up a level and then goes back down.
Yeah, but it's not like it's going to go back into the overlays directory there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's what it said, cycle detected, so I'm thinking it did. In our other example, we had it in a separate base folder.
cycle detected candidate blah contains visited root blah overlays. Oh, I know the problem. I bet you that's what it is. We only went up one directory. We needed to go up two.
How would you go up two?
No? Dang it. Dang.
I mean, the other example did have a separate base. It had the overlays at a different.
Yeah, but I thought we determined though that they only did that in a separate base because they didn't want the example to muck with the actual source files.
Well,
right?
that was our presumption.
Yeah.
But so maybe here, instead of we could do // Kate's and just have it use the files from the from.
Well, what if we
deployment.
just went into
Yeah, that's
deployment?
what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, so like // deployment dub. I think it's only 2 dubs, 2 ups.
It'd be up from, we're in prod, so up 1.
Oh, into overlays. Okay.
Up 2.
Up 3.
Maybe you're right. All right, let's see. Which one was that we were just trying?
To file.
Oh, but now it doesn't have a YAML, a customization YAML there. What did we do over here? Did we have one in base? We didn't have one in base, I didn't think. Oh, we do.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Yuck. I don't like that.
Huh.
I don't want to muck with the original files. So like,
maybe I wonder if that was the problem all along there. What if we did this? Customization.yaml. So we don't have a config map, so that's fine. What if we now go back to,
I guess that would prevent
one.
loops, right? So like
Maybe.
we're explicitly telling it.
What if we did that? Nope, we went back to the cyclic thing. Prods. Yeah, okay, fine. So let's do it your way.
Yes.
So let's say, what if we do here, deploy.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. And we were not dependent on changes that are
Following move. And then go back to here and say deploy.
Yep.
And here, deploy, go back to here. Nope. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
we got
Hey,
an
these are
error
better
in
though.
our service YAML. What's wrong with our service YAML?
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
So accumulate from dot/deploy.
First accumulation path.
Let's deploy must point to a file. Do we need to like? Do we have to put the what? That doesn't make sense to me. Accumulate
Error
file
converting
error.
YAML to JSON incomplete. Do we have some kind of like weird DOS, like Unix thing? Because like, look, it's incomplete UTF-16.
Oh, what was that last time?
Yeah, let's go into here. Let's do which file was it complaining about? Like
Service.
do I not have DOS to Unix installed? Oops. Well, I'm about to.
Yep. And this is a Windows thing. I messed it up.
DOS to Unix service.
Yep, and it was 16LE.
Now let's go back to here. Oh, come on. Oops. Oh, I messed up. Hey, look at that.
That's awesome.
And then do the same thing for my dev. Okay. So our mistake from last time with the UTF-16 was still biting us there for a long time. Okay, so now we have that. We can successfully build the YAMLs. So we think that we have our Kustomize environment correct. So now the next trick would be to run it using Skaffold.
Yep.
So I think that would be just a matter of doing. We want to do a debug and specify the profile of custom, I think is what we called it. Is that right?
The profile? I thought the...
Yeah, we called it
okay,
custom.
yep.
Oh, dang it. Oh, go back up a directory. I'm in the wrong directory.
Yep, now it's going to work.
Oh, come on.
Well, this looks pretty close. Unable to find customization.yaml.
Okay, so
it's the wrong path. And then we need to go down to /pair/customize. So I think that paths variable, we need to probably just put customize in there.
You're talking about in here?
Yeah, see customize.
Oh wait, no.
No, in the Skaffold YAML, we have paths, but we didn't actually give it any paths. So I think paths.
Right.
Next line, if you do a dash, and then the name of our thingamajig, customize for the folder name. Yep. I think that's it.
Oh wait, you're saying you think that the syntax is like this?
Yeah, for the folder name of customize. Oh no, sorry. No key needed. Just the value.
Yeah, just be like that. Oh wait, it was called customize.
Customize and no slash. I don't think.
No, we don't want to be at the root. All right, let's try this.
Huh. Well, let's say the path is right this time, but it's does it need to go into the deploy folder?
Unable to define the customize. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that would make sense because we did move it. Yeah, you're right. You're right, JZ. You're right.
Yep. Well, it's my one time for the day.
Look at that.
Boom.
There it goes. It's deploying. Waiting for it to stabilize. Man, I mean, we started out with like what we were going to work on and instead learned about something completely new.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All thanks to, who was it, Tinfoil? I think that started us on this. He called it a dumpster fire. I'm not going to take that away from him.
No, I've been really happy with this. This has opened up a whole new door.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, so now the trick is, let's go look at our pods. And we are running here. Okay, so let's do a kscribe pod, bang, and look at that guy. And what was this thing called? This is, oh, hey, look, there's our pair app. Yep. So we know we're doing good there. But now the question is, did it take production or did it take...
Oh, yeah. or did it use no overlays?
You know what? That we kind of messed up, Jay-Z. We kind of messed up. Because if I remember right here, what did we do? Am I wrong? The common annotations. Oh, it was just the annotations that we did.
Add the notes.
So where's our annotations?
Annotations. I see annotations. I don't see. Yeah, I don't think it used either one.
Well, because, and here's where I'm saying we messed up. I don't think we added a common. I think we were supposed to add like a common annotations here, were we not?
I don't know. I don't think so. So we told it to look at deploy, but we never told it to do dev or prod. So I don't think it would ever get anything, right? We didn't tell it which one in the Skaffold YAML.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
So it's almost like in our base profile, we should do this. And then our profile, we should either add prod or dev.
Okay, so how do we specify that?
Patches off the place. That was under Kustomize.
The dev file. I mean, they're using a different Docker file in their example, but that's not what we want. This was the default namespace passed to kubectl.
Oh,
for
build
customized
args.
build.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we want to do is come over here to build args. Let's change our Kustomize YAML. Well, I mean, do we want it to be the default build args? Well, wait, I need to go to
maybe we do like
here.
Maybe one profile named Kustomize custom dev, one named custom prod. I don't know.
Build args.
It's going to be an array, so we'll need a dashy poo there.
And what are the
Sorry for saying dashy poo.
Well, if that's the worst thing you say all day, I think we're okay.
It might be. That's pretty gross. Felt gross coming out.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounded kind of gross. Oh wait, what?
Yeah, actually, so everyone left the stream after I said that. I'm so sorry.
That makes sense.
To 0. Yeah, I left too, actually.
Oh, well, this is awkward.
Yeah. So build arg. So
a Docker from
so that's for the
passed
Docker,
to the Docker build.
Yeah, that's for, you see you're under the Docker. That's a different thingamajig. So for Kustomize, the build args, what did we pass to Kustomize build? Wasn't it like dash overlay or something? Like when you ran out in the command line?
No, we just specified in the past. We just specified what directory we were building.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe. So is that what we're doing? No need to pass. So when you do Kustomize build there, you just pass the path. So we just change the path there to either be prod or dev.
You're saying that like we would have like maybe a custom dev profile, and this would point to like this.
Yeah, I think so. And then we could always make that better, but I think that's one way to do it.
Come on.
And you can do cool stuff like profiles have activation. So if you wanted to like have like an environment variable, like a build server or something that like determined which environment to use, and that would work.
Okay, so this is what we're thinking.
Yep.
But that seems a bit much though. That seems a bit heavy-handed when really like we're changing this one line and we like carry.
Yeah. So I think what we do is instead of using
lines.
the chart, we could basically move this up into common and then have dev or prod only change the path.
Oh, you're saying that like if we were doing like we would, if we didn't have this Helm bit,
Yeah.
we would have like all of this. Okay, I think I follow. We would only we wouldn't need any of that.
Yeah, we basically start at Kustomize at the same level that Helm is.
Yeah, I think I follow. Yeah.
Dash
So
dev.
now that matches that. So let's see what happens here.
I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Looking good. Okay, get pods. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Now we have dev. So the prefix took.
Yeah, I like the prefix. That's nice.
So now if we do k describ pod dev blah blah blah, pipe that over. Annotations. We can't stop, sir. We got to slow down first.
Yep.
All right. And then let's shut this down. Or actually, who cares? We can do this twice.
Yep. You can actually pass both profiles
Bing.
and run.
Oh, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I want to try that. Okay, but first, before we do, customize dash prod, or no, it's just called custom dash prod.
Yep.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yes, I feel pretty good about Kustomize. I think it is kind of weird, like you know, at least for us, I don't know that we would, you know, go off and use it because we kind of have the problems it solved via Helm and Skaffold. Like between those two, I don't really see the need for us to go running with it. But it seems pretty.
I don't see production.
handy.
Oh wait, no. We called it. I thought we called it prod, but we actually called it production.
Yeah.
So k describ pod.
Look at all those pods.
Prod, dub, bang, bang. Mama, I want to go fast.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is. Pair app, production. All right, so now let's try this last experiment. Let's scaffold those down, and
so why didn't Skaffold? Did you know Skaffold down didn't take things down?
Yeah, it has been.
Then what's all that stuff?
This was all the customized
all
stuff.
The production, yeah. Okay, but dev is still there. I didn't expect dev to be there.
Because I purposely ran both. I ran it twice, but in different windows.
Oh,
now we're gonna run. Now we're gonna use Skaffold to spin up both in one command line.
Yeah.
So now if I do a k get pods, I should only see the stuff left behind from the previous customize calls.
Yep.
So no Skaffold stuff, no Skaffold remnants here. But if I do this, then I should see. This will be interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's pretty spiffy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do dig it a lot. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know you were saying that like you wouldn't see why we would change things, but I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff with Helm variables, and it is something nice to be like, no, you know, forget about the variables, forget about doing big ifs around things. Like, maybe it does make sense in some places just gonna have these like overrides. It seems pretty powerful.
Look at that. Well, there's the production one. Where's the dev one? Maybe it doesn't work so well for
yeah, I wonder if it like
customize if you try to do both.
Yeah, I wonder if like one overwrote the other or something.
It looks like it looks like the last one won.
Yeah.
Like, let's bring this back down. Okay, get pods, terminating that guy. Let's flip the order. Here, make sure that guy's done. Now, I expect that we'll only see dev. Yep, there it is. It only did dev. Come back over to here. Okay, get pods, pod initializing dev. and we're never going to see the production one. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't work so well if you wanted to like bring up both. So that would be a major problem to our current workflow, though.
It almost looks like it's not doing both profiles because it looks like
it's just only doing the last one.
Yeah, but you can have multiple profiles.
I wonder.
Does it need to be in quotes or something? No.
I don't think so. I mean, on Windows, I have to have these in quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's surprising to me. Man, I'm okay with it. Just surprised.
All right. Well, I feel like we've accomplished a lot, even though it wasn't anything that what we had thought we were going to set out to do.
Yeah.
But this was definitely pretty awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to know about, like in the Kubernetes, I think they call it control plane. Like I have like a huge blind spot when it comes to like, I don't know, core DNS and etcd and like all that stuff, like the scheduler, how all that stuff works and is put together. We talked about doing some stuff with metrics, so maybe we can kind of dive in there and figure out how to like kind of get some of those metrics from just the control plane and like expose those somehow and figure out how to see them. Something cool. But yeah, I'm totally happy with this. So we took, just to kind of recap it, so we took a .NET application, created a new .NET application, we Dockerized it, we got it working in Kubernetes, then we Helmified it, and then we scaffolded it, and then we customized it and created profiles so you could have either dev or production.
And then we scaffold customized it.
That's right. That was separate. So yeah, I mean that's quite an evolution there, huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna try and see how much your computer can take.
I mean, I probably got some headway.
Yeah. Good luck competing with Zoom though.
Let's see, where am I? Zoom is up there, near the top.
All right, well, I'm pumped.
58%.
I guess you want to call it, unless anyone has any questions or anything. Next, like 10 seconds, we'll get out of here and get some lunch.
Yeah, no, man, I think this is a great stopping point.
Yeah, and I don't think I've heard Bobby mention Kustomize, so I'm very much looking forward to name dropping that. Like, guess what the outline I did Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Kustomize. Ever heard of it?
Yeah. It's all the cool kids are using it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get it if you're not.
Yeah. That's. Yeah. Maybe you should check out the stream sometime, bro.
All right, man. Well, awesome. This was fun.
Yeah, it was good. Have a good one, Ollie. I'll check y'all later.
Thanks for watching us.
All right, I'm hitting it.